Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. All right, it's time for another installment of the Doctor's Spell Prognosis. And today we are talking about Catapult. Very excited about this one. This is one of my favorite spells. So many juicy things that you can do with this spell. So we're giving this an A-, and the only reason I am not giving it an A is because it has a deck save. Otherwise, but it makes sense. But, okay. First level spell, usable by sorcerers, wizards, and artificers. So, very wide range of spellcasters, not for warlocks, but there are other ways to get this spell. It's first level, it's one action, has a range of 60 feet, so that's a great range. It only has one component, a somatic component, but no material component, no verbal component. It's a dex save, it does bludgeoning damage. So you choose an object weighing 1 to 5 pounds within range that isn't being worn or carried. The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction you choose before falling to the ground, stopping early if it impacts against a solid surface. If the object would strike a creature, that creature must make a dexterity saving throw, and on a failed save, it strikes them and stops moving. And then when it strikes, the object and whatever it strikes takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage. And then you can upcast this for it to increase the spell poundage by 5 pounds and the damage by a d8. Okay, so just on its own, you know, you can pick up rocks that weigh 1 to 5 pounds. Depending on the rock and the density on the rock, you can pick up other objects too and toss them. And, you know, it's just going to hit, and it's going to do 3d8 bludgeoning damage unless you upcast it. Now, the range on this is 60 feet to pick the object up, but you can make that object fly up to 90 feet. So you could pick something 60 feet away from you and make it go 90 feet as long as the thing you want to hit is within 90 feet of the object. So really, it's almost like 150 feet. So it's really, really good range. That is 150 feet is great range in this game. Now, I have the equipment open from the player's handbook, and we're going to look at things in the equipment section that are 1 to 5 pounds, because you can throw that stuff too. So let's start with weapons, and there's a particular one that weighs 3 pounds called the net. Now, the net's going to take 3d8 damage, so it would be up to your dungeon master to figure out if the net's going to be destroyed or not when you throw it. But you can throw that net with a catapult spell. You can pick that up. It doesn't say the size. It just says weighs 1 to 5 pounds. The net is 3. That's between 1 and 5. And you can throw the net. And the net, it doesn't really say how it breaks or not, but that is a thing that you can do with this. You can pick up almost any one of these weapons. Rapiers, scimitars, tridents. You can throw a trident, a whip. You can throw a mace. You can throw a javelin. It's not, the damage is going to be replaced with this damage here. So it's not going to be 1d6 plus 3d8. It's just going to be 3d8. But you can pick all this stuff up and throw it. It works fairly well. So what other stuff could we throw? Well, there is other stuff. Let's see. Acid vial. You could have, now acid vials weigh a pound. They do cost 25 gold pieces. But I guarantee that vial is going to it's going to shatter on impact. So the catapult will make it shatter. And then depending on your DM, it's going to do 3d8 damage on impact. And then the thing is going to be covered with the acid inside, which isn't going to be destroyed by the catapult spell. And then it's going to take acid damage. So is that going to be 3d8 plus 2d6? I would rule as a dungeon master that it would be. So, and you can throw that way farther than 20 feet. So another thing in here, now it's expensive. That costs 25 gold pieces, but once you're a higher level character, then maybe it's worth it. Alchemist Fire is another one. You pick this up and chuck it. It does it, and then it does the 3d8 damage, and it's gonna break. And then they're covered in this sticky goo. It sets on fire when it hits air, and it does 1d4 fire damage each of its turns. The creature can end this damage by using an action. Now, choose one object. That's the problem with this spell. That's another problem. If you could choose multiple objects, then this might be worth it. Now, what if you had a bag that was full of Alchemist Fire? Would that do more damage? Say you had a bag that had 5 Alchemist Fire in them. Is the bag considered an object that has the Alchemist Fire in it? What if you had a netting that had a bunch of ceramic jars filled with Alchemist Fire that counted as flask? And would the netting container, that bag that was made out of netting, would that constitute an object? I don't know. I mean, you have to talk to your DM about this, but there's lots of other stuff. There's oil on here as well, flask of oil. So on a hit, the target is covered with oil, and if you can get fire on them, they're going to take an additional 5 damage for 2 rounds. So, I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can do with the Catapult spell, because you can pick an object up and throw it. So, all right, that's what I got for everyone today. I hope everybody enjoyed, and I will catch everybody later.